Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John Sisbury, and welcome to a very special video indeed, because Fallout New Vegas is 10 years old this week. It doesn't have a single birthday, because it came out different days in different territories. So this is its 10th birthday week, and Fallout New Vegas means... it means a lot to me, so I cannot let a birthday that significant go past without being marked. So I'm going to celebrate it the only way I know how. I'm going to bake Fallout New Vegas a birthday cake. And I mean this very literally, because Fallout New Vegas is full of food items. So what I've done is I've gone on the BBC's food website, and I've got myself a recipe for a cake. And I'm going to try and make it in Fallout New Vegas. So say the first ingredient is I need 280 grams of self-raising flour. Now that's actually pretty darn simple in this game. Just literally in the very first area of the game, right here in Doc Mitchell's house. I'm sure I have seen something here before. There we go, flour. I'm gonna be honest, from the packaging it does look like, yes, possibly this is several centuries old flour, and it's also whole wheat flour, so I'm guessing combined with the yeast, yes, it was really meant more for making bread than cakes, and also I don't really know whether it's self-raising or not, but we're just gonna have to make do. So that one's relatively easy. So, funny thing about the Fallout universe in this generation, which is, we know they keep Brahmin. Okay, and we know it's not just for meat. Alright, we know that they milk them and thus presumably could also very easily produce butter. Alice McBride will even canonically confirm that for you.
I think it's because I know which Brahmin udder you can milk without getting kicked in the noggin.
So yes, 100% they milk the Brahmin. However, despite that, even on a ranch which, you know, milks these things, you'll never actually find any, milk. It's not an item in the game. So, without milk and without butter, what are we gonna do? Well, what we need to do is improvise. Because you see, what you will find dotted about is, here we go, specifically a butter knife, alright? There's different types of knives in these games, but butter knife is a type of knife you can find. So, logically, as pre-war, these are going to have been used for, you know, butter, and maybe, if we're lucky, they're still being used for butter today. There must be a bit of butter on these butter knives. Otherwise, they wouldn't still be referred to as butter knives, alright? They must occasionally still be used for butter. So, if I was to gather enough butter knives, let's say 10 or so, that must be enough butter for me to get what I need, which turns out to actually be 250 grams. Okay, maybe more than 10 knives. I'm not sure how much butter per knife we're gonna get. Okay, I was getting a bit worried for a minute, because yes, as it turns out, the restaurant in the tops goes for a bit of, hands-on dining experience. But fortunately, just shut this back door behind me. Yes, indeed, their back room is very well set up. Giant piles of forks, spoons, and butter knives. Boom. In fact, nothing but butter knives. So, okay, that's got to be enough. And despite the high volume of soft drinks, water, and booze in the world, we got the same problem when we're trying to deal with milk and cream. There is milk and cream in Fallout 4, but not back here in New Vegas. So, once again, we're going to have to do a bit of old world dumpster diving, unfortunately. Because what I actually need is 150 milliliters of double cream. Now, cream, that's a non-starter, but I don't really understand how cream works, but I think it's just like milk that's like been milked for a while. So, okay, if I can find some milk that's, you know, pre-war, then logically that will have been milked for a very long time and thus will be really double cream. So what we need now is old world shops, and El Dorado, close by to Helios 1. I'm pretty sure this place is actually pretty darn big. I mean, that's not bad. We got ourselves a couple of freezers here, and that's, no, not cram. Can't really make a cram cake. Bad call. So, mac and cheese, no. None of this is what we need, as it turns out. But pretty much every gas station in this entire game has a small shop attached, and plenty of them have, like, you know, little freezers. And the freezers might contain what we're looking for. Oh, I've struck gold here. Right, so, right here in Nipton, their general store, they had an entire dairy flipping section. So, milk bottle after milk bottle, and, I mean, by the looks of it, it looks like it's still full of what was pre-war milk, so that must be double cream by now. That is enough cream to make the cake. Next ingredient on the list is 250 grams of golden caster sugar. Now, we probably can't really afford to be, you know, specific about the golden or the caster, and sugar doesn't exist in this game. So, my thought was, what we need is whatever has the most sugar in it, i.e., you know, the largest proportion of sugar by volume. Then, we just crunch that down, and we've got ourselves sugar. So, naturally, that means sugar bombs. So, yeah, Nipton itself, probably, we might be able to find some if we just go from house to house and check the kitchens. Okay, no joy in the sugar bombs, but bloody hell, check out this fancy family who have just been admittedly put to death by the Legion. So you got, you know, plates of fresh vegetables, they all sat round the table, they actually used cutlery, they had a nice glass of wine. Admittedly, they drank it out of, you know, beakers, so it's not 100% a win, but still, pretty bloody classy, and they've got some milk back here. So I'm going to leave behind the milk bottle I got out of, you know, the pre-war store, and take these milk bottles instead, because I feel like they're going to be a bit fresher. Seriously, just look at this spread. People were eating well in Nipton before they were all on fire. You know, that's given me a renewed appreciation for, you know, how prosperous Nipton was before the Legion moved in. Because they did not have much pre-war food there. They were eating fresh produce. To get some pre-war food, I had to come round here to Novak, where apparently they just eat random trash from before the war. So, yeah, got some sugar bombs right here, courtesy of Jeannie Mae Crawford. She won't be needing them on account of being dead, because, you know, that was kind of my fault, to be honest. Anyway, that's the sugar sorted out, so next we're going to be needing 4 fresh eggs. Okay, this is where things start getting tricky. So we got, you know, gecko eggs and bug eggs and Mirelurk eggs. They all exist, but, yeah, there's only one sort of egg that we know for certain is, like, you know, a traditional egg, like you'd use to make a cake. Because there's only one egg that it's confirmed can be converted into an omelette.
I've got this recipe for a deathclaw omelet that I've been itching to try out.
Yeah, deathclaws. So, I guess that's what we're going for. So, yes, deathclaws. I feel like we're gonna need a bigger gun, yes. That'll about do the job. And toss in some explosive rounds as well. Now, admittedly, I don't really have the skill to actually, use this thing. But that's where the explosive rounds come in. It kind of doesn't matter if I miss a bit, because, you know, explosion. Okay, we got one baby over there, so I'm just gonna wait for the... Oh! Are you dead? Okay, he's not dead, but he is running in this direction. So, okay, just to aim at the ground... vaguely nearby to them. That'll do the job. Alright, just wait, desperately try and keep control of gun. And at some point... Nope, missed. And again. Sooner or later we'll hit him. Okay, he's going down. That's kind of good. That's a good big target right there. Okay, technically they've got the damage threshold. But now we can start aiming at the ground. So this is all absolutely more or less fine. Okay, wait. Ow! Everything's under control. Oh no, this is positive. They seem to be struggling to path to me. So if they'd all just like to stand close together... Oh yeah. Now we could start doing some highly efficient murder. Okay, I'm out of explosive ammo, but all that's left is now the Mother Deathclaw. So all we need to do is, yeah, basically keep her dancing, because I've crippled one of her legs, meaning she can't do a jumping attack anymore and she can't sprint. I think she's still about the same, you know, speed as me, which is a bit of a concern, but just you know, eventually we'll grenade her to death. It'll be, oh, bloody hell, don't get stuck on things, though. Don't get stuck on things. She's actually she's the same speed as me. Good. So, how about we put away guns and we start jumping through things and using rocks and whatnot. So, okay, everything's under control. I'm sure it's fine. There we go. That confused you a little bit. Just, anytime you'd like to die, I should have just bought, you know, just a few more bullets. A few more explosive rounds would have been great. Okay, I'm now out of all good ammo, but the mother is dead. Which means I'm still in caution, which is, you know, mildly concerning. I'll be taking one egg and... oh, go on, I'll take both, why not? You're flipping welcome. Okay, the recipe does also call for baking powder and vanilla extract, but like, in such tiny amounts, I'm sure it doesn't make the slightest bit of difference. So, yeah, we need to turn to flavouring. We've now got all the ingredients we need to, you know, make a cake, but it'll be a very boring plain cake. So, yeah, the best thing we've got, as chocolate isn't really viable, is coffee. I do like coffee cake, and we can do that. You see, the coffee cake recipe I've got specifically calls for 100 millilitres of strong black coffee. And for once, we can do that without actually cheating. So, yeah, what we need to do is get a coffee pot, a coffee mug, then some tobacco chew, and whatever that last thing is. But, I'm pretty sure I know how we can get all of that. Oh, Doc Mitchell, you have been an absolute flipping star during this whole process. So, yeah, coffee pot and coffee mug right there. So, okay, we can now brew the coffee. We just need, like, you know, the coffee. Which we don't have, but we're going to make some form of, like, tobacco-based drink. Which sounds like, you know, not so great. Because if we just make our way over to West Side, yeah, a really nice farming community. And I believe should be able to provide everything we need. And weirdly, yeah, they're okay with us picking, like, some things, but not others. And very luckily, all the things we need, they're just happy with me helping myself. Good. And also, okay, this banana yucca's a yes, but this banana yucca's a no. Okay, there may be some weird ownership laws going on with their banana yucca, I suppose. In fact, Westside can also fulfill, yes, my one remaining issue, which is, okay, we got the double cream, kind of, but we don't actually have icing sugar. Now, that's not gonna fly, but, what if we found something that already had icing on it? We could simply remove the icing and transfer it to my cake. And Fancy Lad snack cakes, they have got to have icing on them. Black coffee. So, okay, let's go through this. We've definitely got flour, wrong sort of flour. Some of the dairy products, bit dicey. We have got a massive fresh egg, that's legit. Black coffee, we're fine. So actually, I'd say we're doing pretty darn well. But we're going to be needing our last few ingredients yet, or rather not so much ingredients as, you know, kitchen implements. So, how are we going to put all this together? Well, some of this is a bit on the bulky side. So, we're going to be needing a giant pot. Now, I don't know what the actual biggest pot in the game is, but logically, here we go. We got some big outdoor cooking, and that looks pretty big. That's probably as good as we're going to get. Okay, so now we can make the cake, but, you can't just show up to a birthday party with a cake. No, you've got to put some effort into your appearance, and that means we need a birthday hat, and, unfortunately, New Vegas really makes you cocking work for it. So, having done a tiny bit more shopping, all we need to do is head directly east from Vegas itself, which is, not precisely a friendly bit of the map. Step 1, try and give the deathclaws a bit of distance if you can. Not that you can go in either direction, by the way, because, yeah, there's more over there. So, you are literally between two different sets of deathclaws. Watch out for the cazadors, because obviously there's cazadors, and, yeah, I swear there's night stalkers somewhere over here, too. You know you're almost there when you hit the NCR camp, and then beyond that, yeah, fairly rare sight in New Vegas. Oh my goodness, it's super mutants, and I can't really aim at them, to be honest. But how about we try and lure some of them in this direction? The NCR can help me at that point. Though I might be able to sneak around some of them, because yes, my ultimate destination is one of the most ludicrously obscure, out-of-the-way locations on the entire map. Back by Good Springs, you find the Devil's Gullet, which is, you know, nice little hole, nothing particularly dramatic going on there. Yeah, right at the far end of the map. Welcome to the Devil's Throat, which is, as you may have noticed, much flipping bigger and full of various monstrosities and one very important truck. So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to try and work around them because their projectiles are pretty bloody slow. So just try and stay out of the way. We might be able to get in, get out, no trouble. Because at the back of the truck here, there's like, I don't know, a unique minigun or something. Who cares? Because the real big deal is, this prospector has the only perfect party hat in the game. You can get, like, you know, a destroyed one elsewhere, but that doesn't count, alright? It's all gross. This is the only nice one. And now we have to try and find, you know, a way back out. So, fortunately, I've just picked up a unique minigun, really. Okay, Vault 13 jumpsuit, perfect party hat. It is time to make the cake. Step 1. Position a cooking pot on top of fire. Step 2, get ingredients into pot. Though I'm going to be honest, this feels like it could be a little bit on the tricky side. Like the flour is... Okay, the flour's pretty much filled it up already. Fortunately, the butter knives should just kind of, you know, sneak in around the flour without too much difficulty. Okay, better bet, put the knives in first, because they can just go down to the bottom, then that'll be fine. And then we accidentally pick up the pot. Is there any form of bigger pot we could be using for this? Oh, hello, sexy. Okay, one new large cooking dish, meaning now, yeah, we just pop in the ingredients. Alright, nice and easy over the top here. They'll just go in one by... This thing isn't technically hollow, is it, as far as the... Okay, I'm learning some fascinating stuff here about how, you know, the engine works. Okay, pot, I'm sorry we ever argued. So, what we need is, yes, one knife, okay? It's less butter than the recipe says, but it's gonna have to do. And then we just need to squeeze the rest of this in as well. And where's the milk bottle? Oh, there it is. It's behind the egg. Okay, that's probably the next smallest thing. So we just need that to squeeze in. Yes. Okay, so that is, yes, that's now butter, flour, and milk. So next up, the sugar. The sugar can just squeeze in next to yes, boom, flippin' love it. In fact, we're almost there, though I'll admit the egg is... Okay, the egg is larger than anticipated. Okay, we may need to put that in its own separate container, okay? We need to break the egg. It can go in... Okay, possibly those buckets don't have insides either. That's all absolutely fine. Just carefully put down the... Oh, no. We need to get the coffee in, because otherwise it's just going to be a really boring plain cake. And just a tiny bit of icing on top. Alright, just get the icing in. Oh, careful. Okay, so aside from the egg, which we'll take care of separately, that is now literally all of the ingredients to make a beautiful cake. So, next the recipe calls for us to whisk all of these things together. Now, unfortunately, there are no whisks in Fallout New Vegas, so I had to basically come up with, yeah, the closest approximation that I could find. So if we just... That was more dramatic than I was expecting it to be, I'm gonna be honest. And now we just cook for 25 to 30 minutes or until sufficiently cakey. Okay, just a bit more heat. I've gone over to Cleansing Flame just to make sure it's sufficiently nice and hot right at the end. Ingredients appear to have reduced down quite nicely. And in the end, it would appear we have got ourselves perfect. A beautiful, beautiful sweet roll. But, that's the cake, but New Vegas, I got you a present too. It's a Dinky the dinosaur toy. The guy at the shop said they were super rare and this was the last one. So, you know, you're welcome. And that means all that's left is, of course, to blow out the candles. Let me just very quickly light those for you. And there we go. You know, I had always wondered whether dynamite does just explode if you use a flamethrower on it. Turns out, yes. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of perhaps the weirdest video I've ever put together, because I just didn't want this day to go past without being marked, because New Vegas really does mean a lot to me, because 7 odd years ago, when I just started a YouTube channel for fun, and like, you know, it was just being watched by a handful of my friends and nobody else, to be honest, I just decided, hey, what if I made some videos about Fallout New Vegas, and yeah, they just sort of caught on. People seem to really like them. It's what gave us our first few subscribers, and now 7 years on, I'm doing this, you know, full-time as like a job or something. So, New Vegas really means a flipping lot to me. So, happy birthday, New Vegas. I owe this game more than I can ever really repay. So, I just wanted to, you know, do something to mark its birthday. Thank you all so very, very much for joining me on this slightly surreal, weird adventure. But I am delighted to announce that next week, in 7 days' time, next Sunday, Fallout 4, You Only Live Once, is going to begin. It is in 1 week today. Oh, it's gonna be fun. For you, I mean, for me it's gonna be a horrifying, terrifying nightmare that's gonna cause me a huge amount of stress. But like for you, it's gonna be brilliant. So, join me in a sweet roll toast or something to Fallout New Vegas, one of the best damn games ever created. And yeah, with all the recent movement with Bethesda and Microsoft, who knows what might be in the future, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe, just maybe, we might see the like of Fallout New Vegas again in our lifetime. We shall see. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Happy Birthday to Fallout New Vegas. Thank you very much, and goodbye. If we just hide the bodies, nobody needs to know about this. Yes! My stupid, stupid plan has worked! It turns out I'm a genius! The giant rat scorpion is not gone! Oh, hang on, there's more yet, though. I'm still being very shocked. Guys, where's the NCR? Nobody needs to know.